2020, a year in review. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Not in that order. For many reasons, the better part of this year, last year, was the most challenging, difficult time in my life, adult life. I lost as much as I gained. I discovered new things, new strengths I didn't know I had, dark places in my mind I dared not go to before, or knew was waiting for me. And so for so many of us, we each had to take a good hard look at ourselves and reevaluate what was important to us, what mattered. This was a collective and unique personal experience for everyone that affected everybody in different ways, and much the same as well. We each had unique hardships to overcome. And this pandemic and the lockdown that resulted from it didn't necessarily spawn or create the problems in my life, but rather it shined a light on the things I put off, ignored, the changes I needed to do, the decisions I put off, the realizations I have yet to do. Everything was just waiting for me. And this hit all at once. For years before then, I was in a long-term relationship living with someone that passed its expiration date. A dead-end job that made me absolutely miserable 5 days out of the week for years, while ignoring my mental health, my physical health, my interests, my ambitions, my overall happiness. Everything that I needed to grow tumbled all down at once. All these dominoes that I've set up were inevitably waiting to fall at some point or another. And the pandemic was a perfect catalyst for such a thing. So the first week of lockdown, around March, I got laid off at my company. We were forced to shut down that week, which put an added unsustainable strain on my relationship with my girlfriend for weeks, until she eventually parted terms as well. Had to move out of the apartment, say goodbye to my cats, my life, everything. I didn't have anywhere to turn to. The things, my support was not there. My anxiety and depression that I've lived with and managed one way or another pretty much my entire life, compounded in ways I had never imagined it could. The intense waves of anguish and pain, lack of sleep just hit me like a tsunami repeatedly each day, like I was coming up for air for just a brief second before getting hit by another wave. The worst ingredient to all this, like nightmarish cocktail, was not having anyone to come to. Quite literally, really. We were, for a while we couldn't see people. We couldn't. Everyone ironically was too busy dealing with major problems of their own, and just create this sense of isolation. I needed somebody. I needed my friends. I didn't know if I needed a hug or a bartender, both of which I had virtually no way of accessing. So I turned to one thing that I knew could help, my art. My creativity is much like a well that only fills up when I am at my lowest. It's there for me. It's my outlet. My photography, my sketching, my writing became my trusted friends, my way of reaching out to people on social media, without having to physically say what was going on. Is much like therapy, and provided relief, if only just a few moments in the day. And so, with a little bit of extra spending money I had, I used that to make a purchase, quite a large purchase, on a new mirrorless Fujifilm X series camera and a few used reliable lenses that would eventually elevate my skill and passion to new levels I didn't even know I had. I was running again. I was going out. I was reaching out. I was even dating at some point, learning new things like yoga, paddleboarding. One by one, I was beginning to set up those dominoes that fell around me. And now, a year later, I am in a healthy relationship with a committed partner who I'm making future plans with together. And I am graduating this week. A long overdue time in my life that I didn't really imagine ever happening after a certain point, just how long it took for that to happen.